Wow, timed that perfect, right? Yeah, guys, what is going on, everybody? This is Mr. Exquisite Nugget. We are live, January 20th still. We'll make this quick before midnight until it reaches January 21st. Happy Aquarius season, actually, to a friend. Her name's Liv Moods. It's her birthday today, by the way, still at least over here. So happy birthday to her because I watch her for all Gorilla Sports content, nuggets from the Broncos, sometimes the Avs, or any coverage that they provide. Shout out to even Jesse or Ruben Villalobos because they're definitely fun to watch. And yeah, shout out to DMVR for giving me this idea because not just all this isn't just an ATA tonight. I want to break down the last game strictly of the Nuggets. You know what's so wild is like they found, I believe, their true core five, at least for now, starting. And now that AG is kind of shifted to the bench or is kind of coming off the bench just so they can manage that injury or give him the proper rest he deserves. It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see how the Nuggets have been collected and just been, properly handling these overall. What is it? Let's see. I think we're about like 40 games. Let me check the standings actually, because the Nuggets are still the fourth seed. The Grizzlies beat the Wolves today, even though they had like a 10-point lead. But if we look at the standings, Memphis is about one game and a half ahead. They're 7.5. Houston's about 7. They lost today too, or it was yesterday. Oklahoma City does still sit at the first seed, and I had a talk with my cousin Corey about, shout out to him, that it's kind of just a shame that, yeah, unfortunately, with all the whatchamacallit, all the noise and all the talk that how OKC is just this huge juggernaut, but seriously, they mainly have SGA, Jalen Williams, what's it, Cason Wallace. Yeah, with Chet Holmgren out or injured with that right hip, I don't see OKC beating Denver unless, say, Jamal gets injured, isn't playing well, or Jokic just is completely tired. So, yeah, I think they would be the only real threat to Denver, at least this year, and they can more than likely get the 2 seed. I know for a fact the Nuggets will be a top 3 seed by the end of the season. It just depends on where, if either they finish the 2 or 3 seeds. So, getting back, though, to that Orlando game, you know, let's see here. Denver has been on a roll lately, man. Like everybody thinks that they're just counting out because, yeah, they had that one loss to Houston, but they were on a weird back to back where they played in Dallas, but then they're on the home. That's the first loss of a second night of a back to back for them, but it's all good regardless because Russell Westbrook, he was 5 for 9, 1 for 3, but he was a +9 with 12 points. Jamal Murray, he's not, I wouldn't say back yet. He's doing great. And even Corey would say, yeah, he's not perfect, but he's still putting up decent numbers. Put up 8 for 16 shots. Not that bad, but 1 for 6 from 3. MPJ is still hitting his threes all the time, mostly 3 for 5, 5 for 9 for the field goal. But he's a +11 with 15 points, so shout out to him. Jokic just getting triple doubles every night, just what he does best. 7 for 9 field goals, but he was a +20 with 20 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 assists. Yeah, if there's anybody who's just averaging or just going hard as ever, yeah, it's going to be Jokic. And more than likely, he's just getting better, and he doesn't plan on slowing down, no. But with Aaron Gordon off the bench, this is why I think he fits, not even just against Orlando, any team as a backup center and playing his former team, which is wild because we had KCP and Gary Harris. I believe he didn't play, though, for the Magic. And it's nice to see them. I miss having our guys like KCP and Gary on the Nuggets, but, championship moves needed to be made for trading Harris for Aaron Gordon, and it was necessary. Seeing as now, though, that the Denver Nuggets are in the best position I think possible. They did a show today, DMVR, about the timeline. I think the best timeline really would be just getting the chip and seeing how the Nuggets, who knows if they get the Raptors get bought out with Bruce Brown, and then we could see him possibly return to Denver sooner. I'd love that. But looking at everything right now, let's see here. Christian Brown had a great game too, 6 for 10. Like this was a great game, they said, from Christian Brown, 7 for 7 from the line, the free throw line. He had 11 rebounds with a double-double, +22, the highest of every Nugget, with 20 points himself. But yeah, that this kind of shows like where the Nuggets are at through the first, I would say, yeah, 3 months. It does take some time because yeah, October is just 1 or 2 weeks in, and then November, December are kind of just the beginning stages, and then you see here in January with all teams like the Celtics have been on a bit of a skid, losing quite a bit here and there lately, but they're still the team to beat. I just wouldn't be surprised right now if Denver, if they find a way to get to the finals and beat the Celtics, it would be so awesome. Like me and my cousin Corey were talking, and I want to hit on some points with that. Let me know who you guys think would be a great finals matchup. If we play against Milwaukee, New York, I'd love to beat New York after the fact that we've gotten beaten by them at home severely bad. We didn't beat Cleveland at all this year, which kind of sucks, but I'm sure we'll find a way to get them if we face them in the finals. But yeah, it'll be quite a challenge against any of these top four teams. Maybe even Indiana. Who knows, though? As for the records right now, that's not the only thing. With Denver facing, I believe it's Philadelphia. Let me check the schedule. They've got some quite a few games still to finish off this month of January. They got the 76ers tomorrow. They play Sacramento at home on Thursday. Saturday, it's on the road again in Minnesota. I'll definitely tune into that. It's at 12 p.m. noon. I'm definitely tuning into that game. And then Monday next week, they play at Chicago. Wednesday, they'll play at New York. And Friday, again in Philadelphia, ending off the month. And then they're on a back-to-back playing in Charlotte to start off February. I'm sure hoping that the Nuggets can just find some way to claw and get all the way to the top, because as of right now, it is going to be interesting to see if, like, with all these teams coming for either the top 4 or 5 just to avoid the play-in, you've got the Clippers, the Lakers, Dallas, Sacramento. I'll get to your comment here in a second, my dog. Minnesota and Phoenix. Even Golden State, any of these teams, San Antonio, even, 19 and 22, they're 15 and a half games behind. So when will AG make it back into the starting lineup? That's the funny thing, my dog, because I think AG does fit off the bench better just to help them out, or, replace Jokic when he needs to rest. But I don't know, man, just playing 9 guys. I know, like, that's not really ideal, and it seems like more of a playoff thing because you don't want to exhaust your guys, but still, if we can find like a good backup center, a wing, or somebody to manage, maybe even a power forward / possible small center, it would work out, because the Nuggets right now, everybody knows that they're kind of near unstoppable if they have the right amount of energy, if they can get to the finals or just destroy teams. Like, we're 1-0 in the finals. I just know for a fact that this team would be amazing to. They can take on the Cavs. They can take on the Celtics if they have full strength, or if they're just playing properly, if they're all clicking together and Jamal's not just, chucking up shots. But seeing right now, I think AG does just kind of fit off the bench more or less. I don't know when exactly, but yeah, of course I think AG is a starter, and I agree with you, my dog, but it's just going to be really rough because, yeah, I mean, we're going to have to shift CB then back and says just swap AG and Russ in the rotation at some point later in the season. AG can still play 30 minutes in that, yeah. But then again, I think Russ really deserves this starter position now. I mean, he's earned that in Malone's circle of trust. I mean, you see how Malone trusts Russell Westbrook, to be that point guard now for us, to give us that hustle energy that we need in the first, not even just the first quarter, throughout the game, because Jamal, it won't tire him out so much, always bringing up the ball or always being guarded. He's a combo guard too. And Jamal, I know he's taken heavy loads in the past, but this is kind of the chance, or right now, where I think that the Nuggets should just let Jamal rest and shift into the 2 guard. MPJ is fine at the 4, but if we have Aaron Gordon out there, yeah, it all makes sense to go back to the normal default starting lineup. Everybody was saying it should be still Jamal, CB, MPJ, AG, and Jokic, but I think it should be Russ, Jamal, AG, MPJ, and Jokic in no particular order, but still. Yeah, I'm not sure, guys. It's really rough to say because everybody's kind of torn. Like, they don't want CB just chucking up some bad shots out there. And what about AG for MPJ? I don't know if they're going to do that, considering MPJ's been on a roll this season. He hasn't been perfect by all means. He's not like, the best defender or shot creator on his own. But, I mean, statistically speaking, I think he's been the second best Nuggeter ever since AG got hurt. And, yeah, I mean, it would be really tough because I think Michael Malone does trust MPJ now. He doesn't trust him always to close, and he doesn't, like, MPJ doesn't care about that. But I think it matters that MPJ should stay as a starter just for the shooting, and it would really be rough. Manu wasn't starter. Russ is great. Well, I agree, but at the same time, it's like I'm not sure if Russ at this point. I'm not saying that he doesn't mind being on the bench, but seeing as how we've been doing lately, every time Russ has been starting, it's been great. They've been playmaking with Jokic. The Brody and Brate duo just look nearly unstoppable, and it's just so hard for teams to figure out how to shut us down. That's why I think that if, well, yeah, MPJ is not scoring much lately, anyways. I know, but he's still shooting efficiently. Not the best, but seeing as to him, and I wouldn't disagree with that. But really, it'll be quite something to see if what is it? If we can get, say, what am I thinking about? I would just love for MPJ to be more of a scorer or not just always facilitating and not just looking to rebound every single time. Because, yeah, he's still great. I still love my guy MPJ. I have his jersey for a reason, but I just think right now, shift MPJ to the four. Yeah, keep him at the four, I mean. And I would say keep Russ, but if anybody should be going to the bench, I mean, I would say Jamal or CB. I mean, Jokic is obviously going to stay a starter, but I don't know about those two. I mean, because also Jamal's been playing hurt lately, so I don't know if it's the anti-inflammatories that's keeping him afloat or keeping him still like on the floor. But either way, I just think right now Rush should stay a starter. If we need MPJ or not MPJ, if we need a G out there, yeah, for the rebounds, the defensive hustle, his presence, athleticism, absolutely, just keep him out there then. But until he's actually fully healed, or if we trust him enough without the minutes restriction, he's more than likely going to stay on the bench. So I'm not entirely sure, but I have talked to Ryan Blackburn actually. He does think that AG's injury isn't as serious because look, he is playing hard. He's not as hard as he once was, obviously, when he was super younger, but AG even nowadays, he's more wiser. He's still creating good looks or hitting threes. I mean, his shot selection has been pretty mostly decent. And you can see how like Aaron Gordon performing off ball is pretty nice to see when he's out on the perimeter if he's like, waiting for to catch a lob, but still like anybody knows that this Denver Nuggets team, when they just have Jokic out on the floor, and obviously that hurt when we didn't have him or AG for that Houston game, we're still a force to be reckoned with. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, let me know, guys, in the comments what you guys think if just AG should start again or who else thinks that there should be a change to the starting lineup. But until then, I really do think Russ should just stay a starter. Unless, of course, Malone decides to go do something crazy and just have maybe P. Watt or somebody else start. I don't know. But yeah, more than likely, Russ will more than likely just stay a starter because our record has been really good, guys. I've just been seeing the numbers ever since Russ has been the starting lineup, or every time that Jamal was either out or just something. It's interesting to see. So, uh, let's talk about the standings. This will be the second segment. Let's go to the East first, actually, because this is interesting. If the Eastern Conference has only 5 top teams, and it's the 5 in the standings right now. You got Cleveland, Boston, New York, Milwaukee, and Indiana. Out of those 5, I mean, more than likely Cleveland and Boston will advance, but of the 3 actually, whether it's New York, Milwaukee, or Indiana, let me know who do you guys think can take on the Boston Celtics. Like, if it's going to be Boston and New York in the second round, I'd love to see maybe New York create an upset, but that's going to be really difficult because they got the shooters. What's up, my guy Noah Linden? Yeah, guys, if you're coming in, Noah, let me know who do you guys think of these 3 teams, New York, Milwaukee, or Indiana, can upset Boston or Cleveland because it's going to be rough. I wouldn't mind seeing a Cleveland versus Boston showdown in the conference finals. They already did that in the semis last year, but yeah, Cleveland got completely destroyed. So Boston smash. Yeah, I mean, when you have, I wouldn't even say Jason Tatum. Let me look at this. That Golden State game today was pretty crazy because, yeah, I mean, Golden State, they suck. I thought they were going to be a threat, but as of lately, they just really regressed. They don't have anything. 42 Ultra, shout out to him. He says it's the Knicks. I don't know. This is the only problem with the Knicks. If Karl Anthony Towns can actually play, it's not even about guarding Porzingis or any of them. It could be even Tatum, but are they going to have enough pieces? I'm pretty sure they have the pieces. Are they the right fit to guard the rotation that Boston has, though. Because when you have Jason Tatum, who was 3 for 10, by the way, he sucks at three. He was 9 for 20 from the field, but he still put up 22 points, the most out of every Celtic. Jaylen Brown had a mostly decent night, 8 for 14. He was 1 for 3, 2 for 3 from Drew Holiday, and Derek White was 2 for 4 from three, with 3 for 5 from field goals, with only 8 points. And seeing Kristaps back in that starting lineup with Al Horford coming off the bench, this Boston team is still loaded, and if not ready to go. The Bucks dog walked the Thunder, but the Knicks dog walked the Bucks. Yeah, the Thunder dog walked the Knicks. So this is a matchup dependent. I think right now, like this is why it's going to be rough. If it's say if it was OKC, and you bring up a good point, Noah. Say if it's OKC and somehow the Knicks make the finals. I wouldn't be surprised though if OKC just got their first championship from that, because New York has no answer for SGA. They can't put Jalen Brunson. They can't put Josh Hart. They have nobody to guard SGA, and it's unfortunate. But seeing how New York is not, I'm not saying that they're not a contender, but they need to kind of prove themselves, because they've always been either eliminated from the first round. They can't make it past the second round. Everybody knows that most majority of the time. But is Karl Anthony Towns the answer? Do they have enough with Jalen Brunson to make a run? And the answer is no. I don't think so, unless they somehow upset Boston. And that is exactly why I think, yeah, Cleveland more than likely is going to get the first seed. I don't care. But yeah, seeing this 125 to the camera kind of sucks. It's 125 to 85. Boston, they're still making a statement. They're not as great, or probably it wasn't a complete easy schedule last year either, but the Celtics still look like they're the team to beat. What is it? Yeah, Cleveland destroyed Phoenix today. It was 118 to 92. That's an easy win for a team that's, I think, let me check the record. 36-6. Yep. They still have the best record in the NBA. I'm not surprised, honestly. Cleveland, they do look like the team that is hungry more than anybody, just because it's like, yeah, sure, they're going to play well in the regular season, but come playoff time, are they truly, prepared to handle the biggest obstacle, and that's Boston. And it always does come back to the Celtics, considering, yeah, they're the defending champions, and everybody wants to go with them every night regardless. I can't wait for that Boston game, which I hope we win, by the way, for the Nuggets. And seeing as the games for, well, technically it's today now because it's just crossed midnight. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this Philadelphia and Denver game. And more than likely, I'm glad that it's at home. Denver's home first, because, yeah, no Joel Embiid. More than likely, he won't show up. That's a given, considering it's like Philadelphia. Just every time they visit Denver, the last time was 2019. They even said, I was asking DMVR, is it they weren't even a show back then until 2020, but they mentioned that, yeah, that was the last time Joel Embiid ever played in Denver, and they still had Ben Simmons, surprisingly. But yeah, seeing as how the 76ers just don't have Joel Embiid, I think more than likely, I'm not going to say it's an easy win, but they more than likely should win this game. I just hope it's not a closer, boring game, because either or, Philadelphia's lost 6 in a row. Denver's on a roll. Other games and matchups, there's going to be a battle for New York. You've got the Knicks taking on the Brooklyn Nets. They're kind of really underwhelming, or they are underwhelming, Brooklyn. You've got Portland visiting 305, the Miami Heat. Orlando is playing in Toronto. And you've got everybody's favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers, facing up against the Washington Wizards in LA. I'm just kidding about everybody's favorite team. Everybody kind of hates the Lakers at this point. But yeah, the media wants to give them their attention because of LeBron. And just seeing how, I think the schedule, like, even say this, guys, what do you guys think about the whole back-to-back schedule? Should it be cut? Should there not be back-to-backs? They should space it out more? It's really bad how I think whoever makes the schedule for the National Basketball Association, it's killer for some people, man. They can't keep doing this. They got tired legs. They're exhausted. They're either sick, playing through pain. It's unbelievable to watch all these back-to-backs, especially when the Nuggets had it all last year. Man, it was quite something that took a toll, and we all know how that ended, but let's not go there. So yeah, with that said, guys, that kind of covers segment 2 majority for the NBA. And now, kind of off topic for the Unrivaled talks. Yeah, some people don't like Unrivaled or women's basketball. You guys don't have to tune in for this, but just wanted to say real quick, a couple just touches on these games, because If you don't know about Unrivaled, it's just funny because I talked to Nafisa Collier, some of the guys who are part of Unrivaled, and I just want to shout them out before I go here because the Laces, uh, yeah, they destroyed the Mist 63-43 today. 3v3 basketball is a whole different breed, or if you're just faster and it's a lot quicker too. And the Vinyl defeated the Phantom 84-71. Shout out to Natisha Heidemann. If you're watching this someday, Natisha, your boy still got your jersey. So just know right now, go Lynx. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know. Focusing back, yeah, the Nuggets are I think are just going to be, the only team that everybody knows is an unstoppable force when they got Joker and Russell Westbrook. But as of right now, I'm not sure what is going to occur if say if they do face the Thunder in the second round. I'd love to see an upset again, like how Dallas upsetted the Thunder last year. But if it's the Nuggets versus the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, I think it can go to 7 games. But I do hope, even my cousin Corey said this, I do think that the Nuggets, they'll make the finals. There's just no doubt. And can I please just say this? Excuse my language. Fuck you, Eric Weedham, for jinxing us, for saying that they don't think this is D line from the Nuggets. He literally believes the tarot cards are readings. Fuck that tarot card woman. But she said something about like how the Nuggets won't win the championship. I'm like, I don't believe in that shit anyway, because I just know for a fact that the Nuggets, I'm like, if you had the best player in the world and you have good players to surround him, yeah, the tarot cards are bullshit. Agreed, Noah. See, I don't believe that shit. It's just so dumb. And I'm like, Jokic deserves a second ring. He does. And that will just shut up the haters once and for all. Seeing how Jokic truly is a, freak of nature or whatever he calls himself. But yeah, guys, I mean, Jokic deserves a second ring. Russell Westbrook deserves a ring finally. And I know the Nuggets can do it. They have to make a small move or figure it out because the trade deadline is coming up before February 6th or 7th. Let me check that before we go. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but let's see. February 6th, Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, Jimmy Butler, Cameron Johnson, potential moves that could really solidify the Nuggets. I think if we got Cam Johnson, that would be nice, but we'll just have to wait and see. Some people have speculated Chris Boucher. Let me know also in the live chat below. Who do you guys think will just be? D-line is on crack. Fuck that guy. Excuse me, guys, but seriously, D-line, I can't believe you sometimes, you fat fucking drunk. I love you, man, but seriously, this guy's crazy. Last shit they said we only went 8 against 7 and 8 seeds. This is a chance to do it the hard way. Yeah, I mean, guys, we were the 1 seed for a reason. That was the best. I think it's, call me crazy, but we won that shit fair and square, and it was the best finals in my opinion, guys. The Nuggets defeating the Miami Heat. They beat the Heat. They swept the Lakers. They blocked the Suns, and they took out the Timberwolves. That's all that matters. Fuck everything else. But yeah, seriously, guys, it's so funny how people say it was just a fluke or the fact that Nuggets just got it the easy way. No, they had to face teams who they've always lost to, like the Lakers. They couldn't beat the Suns before either, so I know that. And they did it with a great team, the best team, in my opinion, arguably, and they deserved it. So nobody can take that chip away. They won't, no. And man, I'm really hoping you're right, my dog. Like, Eric is fucking crazy for saying that, man. I don't believe that shit. And you're right, also, 42 Ultra. We have a chance to beat. I would love to beat Boston to finally show that, that one last game without Jokic was really rough, but, we still nearly had them. Cleveland would be even a tough one, too. I'd love to see us and how we fare against them, against a stacked team against Evan Mobley. Donovan Mitchell still hates Jamal Murray after all that time in Utah. And then I think it would be a great matchup. Jared Allen, well, he's not a superstar, Jared Allen, but he can still manage, or we'll see how well Jokic can dominate against him. So, yeah, guys, that's all I got for you. It's just so wild to see how the Nuggets, they're on a heater right now. I think they're still going to stay hot. January usually is the defining month. It says, give me the Lakers, Thunder, and Celtics. I want it all. Oh, my goodness, bro. If we face the Lakers again, bro, everybody knows that the Lakers or even LeBron fans hate it when they have to go up against us. They hate us because we swept them. We got their championship taken. Like, They wanted it so bad, but they couldn't have it. So watch out, Lakers. Man, fuck the Lakers. I swear that's a good comment right there, 42 Ultra, because give me the Lakers, Thunder, Celtics. I'm like, dude, AD, Jokic eats AD for lunch. Yes. Every time. AD can't, he has no answer. He has nothing against Jokic. So, yeah, guys, with that said, this is another great episode. Shout out to Noah Linden, 42 Ultra, my dog. Shout out to my Uncle Dean. Shout out to Corey Palencia, my cousin in Colorado. Welcome home, man. But yeah, guys, we got more upcoming. We got the 76ers game. I'll do a pregame show for that. CB and Westbrook have been the key to our good play lately. They make us work quick. This is exactly why I'm saying just keep Russell Westbrook in the starters for now. Unless they want to shift into the playoffs, we'll see how it goes. But really, I guess we will just have to wait and see. But if Malone trusts him and we stay on this roll, and Russell Westbrook is playing godlike with numbers like this, with triple doubles and just efficiency without turning the ball over, I think he should stay as the starter. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, guys, leave a like, comment, rate, share, subscribe if you haven't. But shout out to my dog, Noah 42 Ultra, for being in the chat. This is Mr. Exquisite Nugget. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, guys. Go Nuggets.